Hello and welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we're diving back into the music of Poppy with Bruised Sky. So I'm really excited to dive back into the music of Poppy after first giving a listen to her with her collaboration with Courtney LaPlante and Amy Lee of Evanescence. And now we're going to get into some more of her solo music with Bruised Sky. So let's dive straight into this one, shall we? And see what we are going to get.
There's no hope to come for you. There's no one left to get close to too long. Stuck in my chest, can't keep it under my breath.
Okay, let's not get too far into it, but right off the hop, I am really digging the heck out of this. This is good. This is heavy. I liking her screams already starting. Loving the electronica influence at the beginning. I know that her primary songwriter, collaborator, producer is Jordan Fish, formerly of Bring Me the Horizon, and many other projects. And he had a big hand in the collaboration with Courtney LaPlante and Amy Lee as well. So nice to see that that is continuing. And this is freaking heavy already. And I gotta say that is an excellent choice in guitars. Can I reach it from here? Yes, I can. Hold on. Seven-string Jackson. I approve. Where are we? Oh, and I like the faceless one. Nothing wrong with giving credit to your studio musicians and so on, but sometimes you just want to get people in the video as well. So this may or may not be the people responsible for recording the song, but I dig the aesthetic. I like the guitar, like I said, and well, so far Poppy's killing it. But let's back this up because that just started off really cool, and I really love the way that that began, and I want to hear all that all over. So do it. Let's effing go. Nice and detuned. Loving this cronky guitar effects. Really cool. Also got to give props to the video. Overall, just I love the aesthetic of this. This is a really cool dark vibe. I love the scenery that they've created. I'm sure it's all CG blue screen into place. They didn't build this set by no means, but it's still some really cool artistic decisions. And the overall aesthetic of the video, her clothing and everything tying into it. And I really got to give props to that effect in her mouth there. First time I ever saw anything like that, where the singer's putting LED lights directly inside the mouth, was with Rammstein. Till Lindemann of Rammstein does this effect in videos at times. I believe he's done it live before as well, where he quite literally has just like Poppy is here. It's a small little tube that's kind of coming up and in and around the mouth, and there's just a small little LED light So as the mouth is opened, it illuminates, and somebody in the behind the scenes can control it and change the colors and all that. And there's ways that you can even trigger it to your voice sound. Very, very cool effect. I like seeing that. This is only the second time ever I've seen a vocalist in a band utilizing that mouth trick. So very, very cool. That's just some dirty guitar playing. I really like that. They're already picked out in the vocals when she's singing clean at different parts. There is another layer buried well underneath of her singing the same line in her harsher tone, in her more of her scream voice. And it's like I say, it's mixed really, really deep in there, but that's really, really cool to hear that. Kind of sort of tempted to do a deconstruction video on this, but I don't know if I will just yet, but we'll see, because I won't be able to separate those particular layers when we do that. But it would be still cool to hear her on her own, because it really lets you focus better and you can pick out those little subtleties. But really loving this so far. The Poppy's bringing it again. I'm loving this direction change where she's going into harder and heavier music more and more as time goes on. I am absolutely here for it, and I would love to hear more of this. Definitely going to be checking out more of this album over time. No doubt about that. You can hear the harshes here. That sounded like Erect again. I gotta say, sorry to keep stopping it on also often, really going with the aesthetic of the video. I'm seeing this effect between them where she's wearing all black and then all white, and she's peering down a hole. I wonder if we're eventually going to see this upside down Stranger Things kind of a vibe where they flip it over and she's seeing herself, not don't want to say the good and the bad, the light and the dark, but the black and the white attire certainly, and how it's going to get utilized into the background story of what they're presenting. Not sure on that one just yet. Time will tell, but you can definitely see signs where, like I say, she's looking down into this hole on all this rock-like effects, and she's crawling all over rocks when she's wearing her white outfit. So maybe that's where they're going with this. We'll have to see. So there she is laying on the rocks versus standing on the clean stones. Nice talk, I like that a lot. Nice breakdown. Oh, Spartan Wings now. Also noticing from a production standpoint in the studio, of course, as this bridge breakdown section began, they added a vocal layer or specifically an effect to her vocals, which wasn't really on there before, where there's this delayed sound. It kind of filled it out, gave this small little echo, whereas it was very raw and I don't want to say thin, but very, very, very tight, very specific. Whereas now it's kind of broadening up and tying in this reverb delay effect right as her wings are starting to sprout. Very, very cool. Really liking the production on this. I think they did a really good job. Wow, that was wicked. Really, really like that. And I noticed also, I think it was only on there, the light side character, we'll call her, when Poppy was dressed in white with the wings at the end. They put that scar on her cheek and looked, made it look like she is a little bit battered. Worked a little bit in film over the years with some special effects, in and around some special effects, and have a friend who's a special effects artist who's worked in a lot of big major movies, and I've watched him apply that. It's really interesting to see how it works. I don't know what the specific stuff is called. If you know, leave a comment for me, would you? But it's basically not like a glue that a special effects artist can apply to skin, and when it dries, it really kind of it contracts, it shrinks in the skin around a little bit and gives that indented look. So that is really just done with like this line of this glue-like material that when it dries, it sucks in the skin, and then they just lightly color the inside of it with red, and it makes it give this natural scar effect. And it's surprising how quickly they do it. It's really cool. It's a nice little touch again with the aesthetics of it. One thing I'd absolutely really dig about Poppy, she's looking at the big picture. It's not just the music and not just the production and the vocals, of course, but she's got aesthetics kind of tying everything into it. Like there's more to a story. She's almost world building. Really, really appreciate that about her. Really liked that song. That was Bruised Sky, and I can't wait to hear more from this album because I'm loving this so far, and I can't wait to hear more from her. I hope you all come along for the ride on the next one, and I hope to see you again.